Hey, this is Mark, the Practical Still. We're going back to the bottle in the Elijah Craig rye whiskey. When I first opened this one, I had high expectations because I'm quite the fan of Rittenhouse. I'm quite the fan of Pikesville. Both rye whiskeys produced by Heaven Hill. Here comes another rye whiskey produced by Heaven Hill. And frankly, when we opened it, something didn't feel right. It didn't feel as good as I thought it should be. Could be the proof. Both those other whiskeys are much higher proof. Could be an age issue, but Rittenhouse is bottled in bond. I'm going to guess it's not much over 4 years old. But I hoped that as this one sat, it would come around, or I would come around. Who knows? It might have just been me that day. And sure enough, it did. After I got about, down to there, the mouthfeel was better. It's sweet, like you expect from that whiskey, like I would expect from Pikesville, etc. And I quite like it. I'll tell you what I found to be quite enjoyable with it is an old-fashioned. The proof's low, so the way I make my old fashions is I muddle that little sugar cube in the bottom with a little bit of water and put the bitters in it. But at 94 proof, I muddle the sugar cube with some of this whiskey and then put the whiskey on top of it. Makes a lovely old fashioned. It's quite sippable. It's quite enjoyable. And I think if I'd felt this way when I first opened it, I'd been real happy with it. So I think I'll keep buying it. I mean, it's priced in the $30 to $34, $35 range. It's quite delicious. For cocktail purposes, I wish the proof was a wee bit higher, but I'm not a proof hound. I'm after the flavor, I'm after the mouthfeel, and this is pretty good on both those counts. Yeah, kind of brown sugary, but it's still got that rye note, that minty, sort of spicy flavor on the back. So it came around, or I came around. One of us came around. I like the whiskey. I'll probably keep buying it. If you hadn't gotten a chance to try it, I suggest you do if you like rye whiskey. It is one of the Kentucky-style rye, so it's just barely a rye whiskey, but still, it's different than bourbon. And it's not quite like those that are mostly rye, but I find it quite enjoyable and a reasonable price point, and I'm going to guess over time it'll be quite dependable, just like all the other Heaven Hill products are. But let me know what you think. Have you had it? Have you tried making an old-fashioned with it? If you hadn't, use my tip and don't water it down any because it's already down there pretty low. Let me know what you think. Cheers.